Hi guys, so you'll have to excuse the awful lighting right now. In the video that I'm about to show you, it is a lot better. I don't really know what happened. It's a snow day right now. We're supposed to be getting like 12 more inches, so I'm sure the sun is just like screw everything. But anyways, today I wanted to show you guys how I do my everyday foundation routine for a full coverage of acne, scarring, and hyperpigmentation and active breakouts. And this is what I do on a day-to-day basis. I find it's not too time consuming to do every single day, but at the same time, it's not too heavy and it doesn't look cakey or that unnatural or anything like that. So I'm actually going to show you what I look like with an entirely bare face. And just take you through the steps of my everyday foundation routine. So I hope you all enjoy it. Excuse my hair as well. I was just trying to keep it out of my face. I'm about to go style it for the day. But anyways, I really hope you guys find this video helpful and let's just jump into it. Okay, so this is what I pretty much look like rolling out of bed in the morning. All I've done is wash my face. As you can see, my hair is a mess. Usually when I'm doing my makeup, I just kind of put it up and out of my face just so it's not really bothering me or anything like that. So just gonna take a hair tie and probably just tie it into a messy top knot. And now that that's kind of out of the way, usually after that I'll just kind of prep with some lip balm. For now, I'm just gonna take my L'Oreal Hip Jelly Balm because I don't know where any of my EOS lip balms are, and just kind of put that on my lips. My cats are gonna start fighting. Be polite. What's the matter with you? Okay, so as I said, I literally have nothing on my face. So first I take my Cetaphil Daily Facial Moisturizer with SPF 15. And this is just for all skin types. I will take the world's smallest amount of this on the back of my hand, then take my ring finger and just dab it under my eyes. Now, the reason that I use this and another moisturizer under my eyes is just because that area tends to be pretty dry for me. And I don't know, makeup just kind of settles there. My under eye area tends to crease. I have a very big smile, so I'm also just going to dab some of my lids because I actually have pretty dry lids. Now, this used to be my everyday moisturizer that I would just put all over my face during the day. Now, I still really like this. However, I discovered the Olay Fresh Effects BB Cream, and it's a skin perfecting tinted moisturizer with sunscreen. It's absolute rubbish at being an actual BB cream. It doesn't provide much coverage at all. But I love the feel as an actual moisturizer. And it actually does give a decent tint. So I'll put it all over one side of my face just so you can kind of see the difference. So I just kind of take my fingertips and I blend that in. As you can probably see while I'm blending it in, it doesn't provide much coverage, but I really kind of like it as a daily just foundation primer because it does provide a touch of a tint, and the actual feel of it as a moisturizer is just really nice. So just gonna blend that all over. It really doesn't pack much of a punch as far as the coverage department. If you're gonna try a BB cream from the drugstore and you want kind of decent coverage, I recommend the Revlon Photo Ready BB cream. It's absolutely amazing, and that's what I tend to wear on just like my lazy days. Okay, so I'm just gonna kind of zoom you guys in so you can see what my skin kind of looks like just after that. So you can see, you can definitely still see my acne marks, my hyperpigmentation, any active breakouts I have. I have one that's kind of dying down here. I have one right there. A couple on my forehead. So it doesn't really do much in the coverage department, but I don't know. I like the actual feel of the moisturizer. I feel like it's really nice as a day moisturizer, and it does have a decent amount of SPF in it. So my cat is going crazy. So now I'm going in and I'm taking my Maybelline Instant Age Rewind. This is the eraser for dark circles treatment concealer with goji berry and haloxyl. This is in the brightening shade. It's number 6 or 60. Yeah, it's 60. As you can see, I've used a decent amount of this. All you do is you kind of twist it and it'll make a little clicky sound, and then you dab it on here with a little sponge guy. Now, these sponges are made to be antibacterial, so it's okay to use them again. So then I'll just kind of blend that in. And if you're wondering why I do this before foundation, I just find that for me, I've seen it done both ways. I've done it both ways, before and after foundation. I've just found that this works best for me. I found it looks most natural, it blends the best. So that's pretty much done. Now with whatever concealer is kind of left on my finger from that, I usually just sort of dab it underneath my brows. That's mostly because I plucked them earlier and they're still a touch red from that, but as you can see, that really does have a brightening effect. Now it looks kind of silly right now because I don't have any other makeup on. But then what I'll do is I'll go in with my Hard Candy Glamoflauge Heavy Duty Concealer. Best concealer in the world. It's like $6 at Walmart. I use it in the color Light. I've had this tube for ages too. Like, it literally just keeps going. I'm running a little bit low, so I'll kind of like get enough on my finger. And I do use a decent amount of concealer. But that's because if I were to like dab on each and every blemish, I would be here all day. So as you can see, I'll kind of zoom you in for this part. As you can see, I have a bunch of problem areas on this cheek, and that's because when I was younger, I just broke out on this side of my face, and it was majority this side. So I will take the concealer and basically blend it like it's a foundation all over this cheek. And I know a lot of people in the past, in my last makeup routines, have said, oh, that's too much concealer, you need to do each and every spot. I just find that this works better for me. It's quicker. That's just how I usually do it. So then I'll go to this side. As you can see, I wound up having some issues on this cheek as well. And I'm gonna go ahead and say I have a couple of scars, mostly on this cheek, like maybe 3 or 4. But most of it is hyperpigmentation, because when I break out and I get a pimple, no matter what happens, if I don't touch it, if I don't do anything to it, it just leaves a mark on my skin. My skin is very easily marked, and that goes with like everything. You could poke my arm and I would bruise. So I'm going to take a little bit more, but as you can see, I pretty much covered. You can use this as a foundation. I don't recommend it. It's a touch too heavy for me to use as a foundation daily, but if you were in a pinch, you definitely could. So I have some redness right here between my brows, mostly because I plucked them. I have some problem areas up here that I'll just sort of dab away. Okay, so now I am done with the concealer, and you can see that my face looks pretty funny. Definitely most of my zits are covered. I did leave a few kind of uncovered and stuff. You just want to make sure it's nicely blended. Usually I just do that by tapping my finger against the areas that I put down the concealer. And then I'm gonna throw that back in my makeup bag. And then the foundation I will be using today is the Revlon Nearly Naked Foundation, and I am in the color 130 Shell. Now, here's the thing. I use different foundations depending on my needs. If this was going to be a straight up filming day, like if I was going to be doing nothing but filming videos, I would probably use a heavy duty foundation, like something much heavier than this, because this is about medium coverage on me. I would use something like Maybelline Super Stay or Lancome Tinted Dull, just something heavier. However, on a day-to-day basis, I don't like that really heavy foundation look. Now on camera, it's great because it really does make you look like flawless. In real life, I find that that's just a bit too much for me. If it's a special event, I'll do something like that. But anyways, back to the point of this video. I'm just gonna take this and I'm going to dab. Usually what I'll do is I'll put it on the back of my hand. I don't need too much of this. And I'm running really low. I have another bottle that I haven't opened yet, but I probably got a bit too much actually. But I'll take about that much on a dab, and then I'll just kind of take it on my finger. What I do, and I should zoom you in for this as well, hang on. What I'll do is, just using my middle finger, is I'll start dabbing. And usually I'll start in the center of my face. I'll dab until it's slightly sheared out. I'll take a little bit more. I'll go to the other side of my face. Again, just dab until it's slightly sheared out. And you can see I stop about halfway across my face. Take a little bit more. Do the same to my forehead. That's actually a bit too much for my forehead. A big forehead, but not that big. Some of my chin, upper lip area. And you can see I still have plenty of foundation left. Now what I'll do is I'll just tap to blend this out. Now, before I do my makeup, of course, I wash my hands so that any bacteria doesn't transfer my skin. If you felt more comfortable using a brush, you could definitely do that. I don't break out too actively anymore. I have a couple just because it's about that time. And I do have hormonal breakouts. But mostly I broke out when I was younger. So what I deal with is a lot of hyperpigmentation. The same way that people with acne scarring, I guess, would deal with their skin. So what I like about this is it kind of lightly pushes the foundation into the skin, and I don't like rubbing it like this into my skin because I feel like it just smears it around and it doesn't give as nice of an effect as this. Essentially, it's just a whole lot of blending, making sure it really is just blended into the skin. This is why I kind of wanted to make this, because I feel like people with problematic skin tend to go for the heavy duty foundations like like Revlon Color Stay and Maybelline Super Stay maybe. And it's just not necessary. I mean, you can cover up what you need to. I mean, and if you've got like something special going on, more power to you using a full coverage foundation, but there's really no need to do that on a day-to-day basis. You really need to like let your skin breathe. And this is a good way to do it with, you know, kind of a breathable medium coverage foundation. That's pretty much it for my foundation. Then I just top it with a little bit of powder. The powder that I use is my Rimmel Stay Matte Pressed Powder. And I am in the color Creamy Natural here in the winter, but in the summer I'm in the color Sandstorm. So usually what I'll do, because I think one of the big things for people who say, oh, my makeup looks cakey, blah, blah, blah. Well, you don't really let it dry long enough. You need to let your makeup sit. And this liquid base, I mean, think about it. You don't want to put powder right on top of something that's still wet. It's just going to cake and bunch up and look really gross. So what I usually do is I'll put a little bit of powder underneath my eyes, and then I'll go ahead and do my eye makeup. So I'm actually going to go and like wash my hands and stuff. I'll probably go ahead and do my eye makeup, and then I'll come right back and I'll show you how I finish this off. Okay, so I've gone ahead and done most of my eye makeup. I haven't actually put mascara on the lower lash line, and I haven't really done anything else, but that's just because the sun has started being really weird and I think it's gonna start snowing again, and I wanted to go ahead and get this video like done before, I don't know, the lighting got insane. So what I'll do now is I'll take this little powder brush, and this is an e.l.f. blush brush. Actually, I hate it for blush, but it works really nicely for powder. And I've already done it under my eyes, but usually I just kind of go under my eyes with this, and I find that it's just really good to get those tiny areas. And then I'll actually take this on my upper lip area, because let's be like totally honest, we all have like peach fuzz up there. I wax mine, but I find that like if I use a kabuki brush, it can kind of make those little hairs stand out and make them look a lot more prominent than they really are. So you'll just kind of take it and go over that area. Then I'll take my favorite kabuki brush in the whole freaking world, and I've tried a lot of them, but this is the e.l.f. Kabuki Face Brush. And what I'll do is I'll just sort of swirl it around in my powder. I'll get a good amount on there, and then I'll go onto my face and just kind of dab it like that. I don't really swirl it because I find that it messes up the texture. I dab it like it's almost a powder puff or something like that. I'm gonna do this so quick because I don't know what's going on with the freaking weather right now. I really need lights in this house, but considering the fact that we need like to furnish this entire place, it's kind of on the bottom of my to-do list. Okay, so once I have successfully powdered my whole face, then I will go in with a large fluffy powder brush, and this is an Eco Tools powder brush, and I'll just kind of swirl this on my face because I find that it just sort of knocks off the excess powder and gives me a much more even and natural finish. Okay, so this is where I would finish off my makeup, and I will go ahead and zoom you guys in so you can see what it looks like when I'm first done with this. So you can see it's just a really nice even finish, and it covers everything, but you can still definitely see my acne marks when you're like this close to my face. However, it's really nice. It covers almost everything for a day-to-day basis, and it's just a really pretty even finish. So usually this would be where I would go ahead and do my contouring and do my blush and my highlight and all of that. However, the lighting is getting really weird, so I'm going to go ahead and end this video. I just realized that I had you guys really far back that entire time, and you were probably so annoyed by that little strip of black right there. I'm really sorry. Anywho, I'm gonna go now and go film the intro for this because, as I keep saying, the lighting is so weird. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope that this was helpful for those of you who do have, you know, issues with hyperpigmentation or even acne scarring, to see that you don't have to do, you know, a full face of just heavy duty foundation on a day-to-day basis. So I hope you all found this extremely helpful, and until my next video, I will talk to you all later. Bye.